How we doing, everybody? Just wanted to let you know before we start the video, we restocked on the sweatshirts and the t-shirts, and they are a limited supply, and we probably will not be ordering any more of these because Kylie's wanting to do some Christmas things now. So get over there and get them before they run out. And I think that's it. On with the show. Thanks, guys. Alright, just brought the last load of corn up here to the grain setup, and that's only like the second load I hauled in here this year. I didn't hardly truck anything. I was in a grain cart all the time, but I wanted to come up to the grain bins here while everything was still running, kind of walk you through what our grain setup is. This is just one of our grain setups. The other one's over at my dad's. This is actually over here behind my brother's house. But get you in my pocket here and we'll take a walk around. It's not going to be a real long video here, but I just want to show you what we have and kind of how things work and all that. So here we go. All right, of course the corn all comes in a truck just like this. We have two trucks. We have this truck here, then Uncle John has a truck also. Both have hopper trailers on them for hauling grain. We haul corn and soybeans with these. It's all trucked out of the fields with these trucks and then trucked to market with these trucks. But when we bring a load into the farm, we bring it in and it comes around here and he dumps into this grate right here. It's in a great big hole, but it works great for how we do things. Pull in here, dump in there. Uncle John and Dad actually built this pit and built the auger that's coming up out of it. And it's not a great big fancy pit where we can dump real fast, but it's paid for and it's going to work for many more years to come. Comes up this auger right here is a 10-inch auger. The diameter on this auger is 10 inches. And it run by this electric motor here on top. Then it's dumped into this auger right here. This is a 13-inch diameter auger. It's a big one. And it'll take it pretty fast. You look down in there, you can see the actual auger down in there. But it comes in and it goes up to the top of the bin right there and dumps in. This is our wet bin. When I say our wet bin's full, that's the bin that I'm talking about. It has a hopper bottom on it, and I think it's 4,500 bushels. But that's for our wet storage, and it comes out of the bottom of this. It's all funneled down to another auger. Now it's going to get a little louder as we get around this stuff, but the hopper bottom comes down and dumps into this auger right here, and it goes up to the top of the dryer. That's what that is up there, dumping into the top of the dryer. And it's all comes on, the dryer calls for this stuff to start up, it tells it when to stop, and it's all run by the computer. I do not know a lot about this dryer. Dad, he's the one that takes care of most of this drying stuff. He knows about it. So I really kind of do need to learn some stuff on it, but it appears it ain't going to happen this year because we're just about finished with it. This dryer, it's run with it's got a pretty good sized fan on the front of it. The big 13-inch auger that's dumping into the hopper bin, run by Dad's 5085M tractor here. He's had this tractor, I don't know, 3 years now, maybe, something like that, 3 or 4 years. Darn good tractor. All right, after the corn, it comes in the top and then it's metered out of the bottom. There's a conveyor in the bottom that brings it back here to the back and dumps it out. Dumped into this right here. This is an airlock for our air system. The air comes from back there. It's kind of got a cover over it, but there's a big air pump there that blows air through the pipe right there, and then underneath this thing, and then this meters the corn down into this pipe, and then it takes it, shoots it that way, and up the pipe to each one of these individual bins. We decide what bin it goes to. We have 5 different bins here. That bin over there is a 20,000 bushel bin. This is a 12,000 bushel bin. This one is a 50,000 bushel bin. We have another 12,000 bushel bin over there, and then a 20,000 bushel bin over there. All this corn is distributed through this distributor right here to these different bins for whoever's corn it is or whatever bin we decide we want to put it in. We have the Insulated Wagon sitting here because it actually, there's a dust sucker on the back of this thing. To tell you the truth, doesn't work worth a crap, but it sucks dust out of it, and we blow it into that Gale wagon right there. Then we'll take it out and put it in the field when we're finished with it. This Insulated Wagon, we've had it for longer than when I've been born. We have actually 2 of these Gale wagons. This is the only thing they get used for, is putting bees wings in. All right, when the corn comes out of the dryer and goes up and is distributed into the bins, the corn is hot from the dryer. I think we have the dryer burning at about 200 degrees. So that corn, when it comes out, is pretty hot. When it goes into these bins, it has to be cooled. We have cooling fans on these bins. Guys, remember my very first video, I put this fan on this bin. But each of our bins has these cooling fans on it. Into 20s, a good time to run a fan. Even when it gets down to like maybe even 0, whatever, and we turn these fans on to get this corn as cold as it can be. That way it keeps a lot better. Corn's coming in at 22 degrees. I'm sorry, the corn's coming in at 22 moisture. Going out at 16.4 moisture. But once it cools in the grain bin, that moisture will actually go down another 2 points as it cools, usually. But this is the computer, this is what runs our grain dryer. What gives us all the information we need. And what gives the dryer the information try to get the corn dried down to, we wanted about 15% moisture. That's what everybody wants it. All the elevators wanted at 15% moisture. So this corn, like I said, was 22. We got to dry it down to 15. And we usually, I think what I hauled in today was 14.8. I did have one that was 15.2, and they docked me 10 bushel, I think, on 1,000 bushels. You can see that you want it to be dry, or you want it to be thick. You want it to be around 15. So we usually try to go just a tick under that so we don't get docked. But sometimes you just do. But that's kind of the gist of our grain setup here. There is some improvements that need to be made, but right now it's working pretty well the way it is, and eventually we will be making some upgrades here, but for right now it's working pretty well. All right. There it is.